Alright, so boom. What's good, my G's? Wagwan. Gang. Shout out to all my mandem, my galdem. If you're new, consider subscribing. I'm a cool guy. What you'll get from me are videos that are informative, entertaining, make you laugh, but most importantly, better your life in one way or another. So consider subscribing. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all already know what the going on. I got another addiction related video for y'all. I'm excited about this video. You are about to get the straight talk, no chaser, all facts, no printer, truth about what it's like to quit weed and porn. Now, quitting one addiction is already hard enough, but Nnaoma's pursuit of quitting two addictions at the same time is a next level dedication. Nnaoma essentially is gonna talk about the process by which she went about quitting weed and porn at the same time. You know, quitting one addiction is already very mentally draining and mentally exhausting. You have to go through all this like willpower struggle and stuff like that. So quitting two at the same time is also, for the most part, a little difficult as well. Y'all know I'm rocking the turtleneck. Well, it's not really a turtleneck, but it's close enough. So when we get into that video, he's gonna share his insights, his perspective with weed and porn, and I'll give you some quality, scientifically proven strategies that are guaranteed to help you better overcome this addiction once and for all. So without further ado, let's get into Nnaoma's video.
I'm just gonna talk about weed and porn. I've only been clean from them for about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. I've seen a lot of benefits and I've seen a lot of withdrawals, man. Too many. Let me just give you a background on both though. I've only been addicted to weed for maybe 2-3 months now. You know, smoking it every day after work. Even during work or before work, I would take a hit or two and just go to work. It was never really a problem for me, I don't think, but I realized, dang, this behavior is not good. I'm always coming to work with like red eyes, not want to look at people face to face, you know, make eye contact. In my job, my line of work, it's a job where I need to be able to look people in the eye and be able to communicate properly. Basically, I just got into the weed stuff. I started having my own dealer. He never really had the strain that I actually wanted. So recently I just learned how to be able to buy weed online. And it just happened that the first person that I tried to buy the weed from, they weren't able to ship it to me, so I got the refund. Dang, that made me just realize, wow, I guess I don't really need the weed after all, man. Maybe it's just destiny from the gods, man, because it's been a week now and I haven't smoked it just coincidentally at the same time when I decided, man, I need to quit porn. Speaking of porn, let's get into that now. I've been big on porn for, since high school time. The thing with high school is that as a kid, you're just like starting to get into puberty, girls, you know, relationships with people. I never really had that type of stuff. You know, I had, you know, my things with girls in college and whatnot, you know, definitely had my fair share. It just wasn't as normal as I wanted it to. It wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. And, you know, I feel like I'm an attractive, normal person, you know, and I just feel like with porn, it just did something to me. If you do it too much, you masturbate, you watch porn a little too much, you'll start noticing that you're antisocial. You choose to be by yourself instead of being with people. You would rather stay at home, be on the computer, watching your favorite show or something, playing video games, than going out with people, going to the bar or drink or something like that, just hanging out. You would rather be by yourself. You know, you just would rather be using your hand than having a real girl over and, you know, you getting it in, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of a problem I realized. And with the weed part, I just was more lazy. I just feel like I just wanted to, I looked forward to weed too much. It's high for you know, a couple hours, and then afterwards you're just back to normal. And it would just stay in my system. So it wasn't even financially, I just wanted to quit it. So basically, I'm done with the weed and I'm done with the porn shit. So the weed thing, I would do that from right after work, and I would just get high, go to sleep high, wake up high, go to work high, and it would just be a never-ending cycle, man. So I had to stop all that shit. Then with porn, it just made me antisocial, so I had to stop all that shit. So let's talk about the withdrawals now. The withdrawals, basically, I've only been doing this for like a week and a half now, so I guess I'm not too big into this stuff yet. Maybe there's more into it that I haven't experienced yet, but from what I've experienced, withdrawal symptoms definitely include insomnia. You won't be able to sleep as easy as you did before. You will be in bed 3-4 hours, you're still not asleep. You just want to be on your phone or your laptop or something. And also you get a loss of appetite. You, for some reason, won't want to eat anything, especially in the first like 3 or 4 days. You just won't eat anything. You're not hungry. Or you see that food, that chips or the pizza, burgers that you normally like to eat, you, for some reason, will not want it anymore. And it'll come back. You will want to eat sooner or later, but it just isn't there. You're just not there. Also, your dopamine kind of goes down as well. You won't find happiness. You might feel a little depressed a little bit. You'll kind of contemplate like, dang, what really is life without weed? What's life without porn? Like, what's life without masturbating? What's that about? You'll also feel way more mad, way more irritable all the time. The littlest things that someone says to you, you'll take it to the heart and you'll get pissed off. Like me, I just got pissed off at my dad just a couple days ago. I went home and we went somewhere and they were talking about how, you know, a couple of months ago, because of the weed stuff, I started to gain a little bit of weight. And my dad was asking me, oh, how much you weigh? You know, are you going to a gym? Stuff like that. And it's just like, it got to me a little bit because that's stuff that I'm self-conscious about and I was trying to fix at the time. And they kept on getting on to me about that, so I kind of lashed out on them. And that stuff is not good. And this happened maybe a couple days ago. And for the first time, I was like, after the whole incident, I texted him saying, I'm sorry about all this. I shouldn't have done that. You know, you're my parents, I shouldn't do that. And they were telling me how, yeah, you know, starting a life is not easy. You know, I just graduated from college maybe a couple months ago. I'm only 23 and, you know, starting my life now. And the fact is that they were telling me how starting a life is not easy. And if you have anything that you have problems with, you can tell your parents. And I was just kind of telling them that my mindset is not that good right now. I haven't told them the exact truth yet because, you know, Nigerian parents, you know, they always do the most. But I just told them my mindset's not right. And, you know, that literally yesterday was the first time that I've cried in maybe like, I don't even remember the last time I cried, man. Maybe like 2 years ago or something. But I have not cried at all until yesterday. And that's crazy to me. And you know why that happened? Is because these emotions that you get from quitting all this numbing type of stuff, they come back to you. When you feel happy, you are happy. You'll feel it. When you feel sad, man, you really feel sad, bro. You'll want to cry. When you feel joy, when you feel scared, it's just real emotions, man. You'll feel like they're amplified, but that's just really who you are. And then I guess the next part of this whole journey is to be able to control all of this stuff. So I guess those are really the withdrawals right now that I can think of. I bet there's way more that I experienced, but I can't really think of them right now. The benefits of all this stuff, man, you start getting more social again. You're able to create relationships with people, not just girls. There's friends, guys that you haven't talked to in a while, man. You'll just want to hit them up. You want to hang out, play 2K or something, FIFA. You know, just play real quick. You will just feel normal again. You'll be able to appreciate yourself a little bit more by quitting this stuff. You'll feel like yourself. You'll just feel kind of happy. You'll feel sort of euphoric a little bit when you're doing something that you actually love to do. And it feels like the dopamine and stuff, it'll start to gain again once you start, you know, getting a little farther in this journey. I'm only on maybe week 2 and I'm already feeling some of these good things already. So I can only imagine what, you know, 30 days from now is going to be. Also, big on the porn stuff. I see, you know, Reddit and stuff like that. They talk about this stuff, NoFap, all that stuff, you know. Definitely try going on this journey, man. You won't regret it. Quitting this stuff can really change your life, man. I've only been doing it for a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and I see drastic changes already. Now the only thing is just controlling it and being able to become a new person, become the person that I really am. And I guess we'll see, you know, what really happens.
Now, the thing with any type of addiction, porn, weed, meth, coffee even, we tend to use these as crutches when things in our life are stressful, we're having some anxiety, we feel lonely, and we just need that pick-me-up in a sense, right? In moderation or in doses, it can be beneficial, But the problem stems from when we begin using it almost on a daily basis, like every other day pretty much. So rather than enhancing your life in a way, I don't see too many benefits from porn. Rather than weed enhancing your life, it starts becoming a crutch and detrimental to your motivation and abilities and to do other stuff that you want to do. What the heck? What is this shit? Oh, I listed down some strategies that are more pertinent to porn, and some that are more pertinent to weed, and some that can be beneficial for both, quitting both addictions. So these are just some of them, but if you want the full, straight, every information that you need in one place, check my mini course, mini email series that's linked in my description. It walks you through the unusual but scientifically proven methods to overcome your addiction once and for all. But at the moment, so the first one we got get rid of all material you have that is related to porn or weed. Get rid of your bong, get rid of those saved websites that you have in your phone or whatever, or those browser history. Just get rid of it, because that daily reminder of seeing it physically can definitely trigger you to relapse pretty easily. And another one, very crucial, is having an accountability partner. Weed, I guess it can be a bit more easy to tell someone that you have a weed addiction or you have an issue with weed and they can hold you accountable, but especially with porn, it's very taboo. I remember the first time I even made a video about porn, I was kind of ashamed. I was kind of like shameful. The whole making the video, editing it, and then even being scared to post it was very shameful. So maybe if you don't have an accountability partner right now, it's definitely something that you just gotta put your pride aside, your ego aside, and talk to somebody. Tell them, yo, I'm struggling with this shit. There's just someone that holds you accountable. They can check in with on a weekly basis, daily basis, and just to see where you're at, because you can't do it on your own. You cannot do it on your own. Especially when I put that video out, I almost wanted to keep and maintain that image in a sense, And then just to think about, I'm talking about how to quit porn, how to quit your addiction, and then I'm relapsing on the back end. It doesn't even make sense, right? I'm not saying I'm perfect, right? But like, you want to do good for the people who are watching you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of feeling. Another third and fourth one for those who especially have a porn addiction or issue with fapping, masturbating. Use your phone or specifically your laptop in a very public setting. It's harder to relapse and get on those websites when you are in a very public setting. And of course, cleanse your social media of every thirst trap picture. I'm not saying that it won't pop up once in a while, but anybody that you're following that posts a lot of like thirst traps and like very provocative pictures, cut them off, unfollow them, cleanse your feed. If you have to unfollow WorldStar, unfollow them, unfollow those IG baddies, whatever, unfollow them. And especially, so this is more pertinent to the people who smoke a lot of weed, is at least for a certain period of time, distance yourself from your friends or that weed group that you usually tend to smoke with, usually pass the blunt around with, right? Being around them is only gonna, they're gonna entice you, like, what? You trying to quit weed? What you mean? Weed is, just shut up and take this, pretty much. That's the mindset a lot of them might have if they're not really, don't really care about you like that. Because if they care about you, they'll understand, like, okay, cool, you do you. We can still hang out outside of just smoking weed together, pretty much. But at least for the most part, for a certain time period, the first like 3 or 4 months, 3 months at least, 3 months, don't be around your weed smoking friends, your weed smoking group, at least for that time period. And arguably the most important part of this whole thing is to dedicate what you're doing to a certain cause. The people in your life, your career, whatever it is, dedicate why you are smoking, why you want to quit weed, and why you want to quit watching porn a lot to a certain person or people around you in your life. And that daily reminder, whether that be the lock screen on your phone, the home page on your phone, wherever it is, the motivation, the root cause of why you want to quit. Ask yourself, why do you want to quit in the first place? And that will be your guiding light to maintaining sobriety and not relapsing long term. Again, if you want more detailed, step-by-step proven methods to quit your addiction, not just hearsay, but like stuff based on science, check my mini course in the description and pin comment this video. Shout out to Nnaoma. I'll leave a link to his video in the description as well. But yeah, God bless, much love, peace and joy, Namaste, and always remember, always, 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 if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.